Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
I'm here with the one, the only Patrick Tome. How you doing, Pat?
Good. How you doing, Caveman?
Good. Of course, I got you on. We're doing our K-4 show. We'll be having your opponent on later tonight at 9 p.m., so make sure you guys don't miss this one, especially if you like Pat, because his opponent may or may not show up and may or may not talk some shit. He has never really talked any shit. He hasn't really showed up for any of the podcasts yet, so hopefully he shows up this time. I'd really like to ask him a bunch of questions.
Yeah, I'll be watching, waiting for it.
Yeah. So your coach said he wanted to jump on here too. So if someone jumps on in the middle of the podcast, it's going to be your coach. So why don't you bring us into what you've been doing to get ready for this fight?
We had a fight scheduled in August. My blood work didn't come back right. So they rescheduled that one. It was supposed to be the same fight with Keith was going to have the same fighter, but he backed out and Keith matched us up with Xavier here. So I've been straight training since July, end of June, July, trying to get ready for that fight. And then I just continued on, just kept going.
So you're looking at like almost a 4-month, 3.5 month long training camp for this fight. So fans should be looking for you to be in pretty good shape, huh?
Yeah, I'm ready.
That's good. That's an awful long training camp. How have you managed to stay injury free through that's a long camp, man. 4 months, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I had a couple of things, muscle here and there, but just took it easy for a while, relaxed that, rested up, let it heal. I'm on a pretty high protein, so that healed pretty quick.
Good. Well, you look like a big guy too. I guess big guys have less problems. Like us little guys, we gotta worry about you big guys mushing us, so we probably get hurt a little bit more than you guys. Although when you guys mush each other, like that's a lot of weight coming down on each other. So how many big guys you got to train with?
Actually, none.
Yeah, that's a real problem, man. Like big guys, it's hard to find other big guys.
I know. I got a couple. I mean, I'm 265, so it's like hard to find somebody. And then, I mean, I got pretty big biceps. They're like, no, I'm not gonna jump in there and spar with you at all.
What? Where are you at?
We're
location-wise.
Caveman, PA.
Oh, so you're far away. I was like, man, I got a guy that's probably like perfect for you to roll with. But I thought you're in PA. I just couldn't remember where. So that's a long ass drive to come to Niagara Falls. But while you're in town, if you're in town for a couple of days, I'll see if I can hook you up with my guy. He's about like 230, 240, but like he's pretty good at jiu-jitsu. He's pretty new still, but he's good at wrestling and real explosive. Like he's always looking for big bodies. It's hard for me to get big bodies for him, so I'm always looking.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that. We're looking to get on maybe the December card too, so maybe we'll throw that into another camp.
Heck yeah, dude, that'd be great. Like December card's gonna be wild. Keith really pulling all the stops out, going like back to back like this. Man, that's like 2 months away.
I know.
That's pretty exciting. So what have you been doing in camp? You said you don't really have too many big guys. So what's a day in camp look like for you?
Well, I do. My coach is 185. We do a lot of sparring. I do a lot more bag work and cardio. But as far as grappling and everything, he brought in a couple guys that are local wrestlers here, and I actually help coach the JO wrestling team for my son. So I kind of get a little bit of grappling thrown around with them guys as we're helping train the kids. So
that's good. You're definitely versed in wrestling then, right? If you're helping coach wrestling, so like you have wrestling, you have stand up. It's that's like the best mixture for you got a comment. What's up, Uncle Pat? Caleb, I don't know if you can see the comments or not. They're in the bottom left hand corner. Caleb Maston. Yeah, what's up, Uncle Pat? popular guy already. So you're pretty versed in wrestling. What do you know about Xavier? I mean, I've seen his fight, so I don't want to like interject what I'm about to say. So first of all, I'm gonna ask you, what do you think about your opponent? What is he bringing to the cage?
I did watch this fight. I feel like he's got some pretty good leg kicks. I mean, he's definitely a bigger guy, but he throws them haymakers. If they land, they're definitely going to hurt. That serious bananas. He was pretty fast and out of the way. Xavier spent a lot of time chasing him down, tracking him down, hunting him. Uh, we're hoping to flip that around on this fight.
So you're gonna try and put him on the back foot and make him backpedal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see much grappling out of him. Like it didn't really look like he was really
Well,
looking to grapple in the
that was
last fight.
kickboxing fight. So
Yeah. Oh, is that? Yeah. I'm
yeah,
mixing up two different fights in my mind. I'm sorry.
yeah,
That's my fault.
yeah. This is his first MMA.
Yeah. My bad. I was mixed up him and the other 765 guy I was just watching. As that Rayon kid. Like they're not even close to the same weight class. That's my bad.
That happens.
Anyways, I don't think he's really got much wrestling anyways, to be honest with you.
No.
All I really know is he's got a lot of hair. So like if you guys do get on the ground, there's gonna be hair in your mouth and you're gonna have his beard. It's gonna be like a hairy battle in there.
Right. Yeah, I heard you bring that up on that one podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I wrote an email to Manscaped and I'm trying to have Ray contact because like Ray handles most of that stuff for me. But
Right.
I'm trying to get them to oh, you messaged me privately. Oh, what's up? Uh, in our on the private chat here. Yeah, I messaged Manscaped and I was trying to get him a sponsorship from Manscaped. I really wanted to bring the Clippers into the ring and be like, oh man, like Manscaped wanted to sponsor you. Like they're sick of Sasquatch. They don't want any more Bigfoot rumors. Like I had this whole like all these lines going. So I was looking to actually buy the Manscaped stuff myself, but it's a little bit expensive to just give away like that, especially if he throws it out. If I was
Right.
pretty confident he would use it, like maybe I get it. But that's a lot of money for me for a joke that's gonna last like 20 seconds.
Right.
Scholar's giving me the laughing face. You know them guys will be watching. Scholar's actually probably one of the coaches for your opponent. So I do know that Xavier looked fast in real life. Ray actually made fun of him. He's like doing kung fu hands, like with his hands. But are you ready to deal with his speed? And one thing I did notice about him watching this fight is he can really take a shot. Like he proved to me that he's not gonna really just take a shot and quit. So like I know he's gonna be tough coming. All the 765 guys are tough. Like I don't know why I would ever doubt any one of them. Like Dorian, like I didn't think Dorian was really that skilled, but dude, he was tough as shit. All these guys are tough. Skylar's tough. Like all the 765 guys are tough.
Right.
Xavier's gotten into very good shape for this. So no one will probably mistake him for big. Maybe they'll even mistake him more for Bigfoot then. So maybe I will do the Manscaped thing. I think that's pretty funny. That's a pretty good joke to just waste. Anyways, back to what have you been doing to deal with this speed?
Well, like I said, I trained with a 185-pound guy, so he's going to be a little quicker than most bigger guys. So I figured if I could avoid his punches, sparring, then I think I'll be all right. Plus, I can eat them. I mean, I got a big head. I could take a punch, steel jaw.
That was my next question. I was like, what kind of punches can you take? Because if you're dealing with an 85er, can you really put that pressure on you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I've been in a lot of bar fights. I mean, I'm a big guy. I don't fight little guys. I mean, I haven't in a long time.
It's funny because like Xavier hurt their 25 pounders, so he's sparring the 25 pounders. So like I mean like it's kind of about the same.
Right.
Skylar, man, I'd rather spar someone my size with their speed than his speed, laughing out loud. Oh, he's saying that he's saying that Xavier's really fast. But Skylar's like 150 pounds, so like,
Right.
I mean, how hard is he like trying? Like when you swing, like it's different when you put all that power into it too. What's
Right.
your do you have any fights?
No. No,
Okay, so
this
this
is
is
debut fight.
your first fight. Awesome, man. So
Yeah.
you'll be fighting shin pads, no ground and pound.
Right.
How's your jiu-jitsu?
I just started training. Reed has I think a gold belt in jiu-jitsu. Um, I didn't know any jiu-jitsu till I started training with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I've more been a stand-up boxer.
So we got wrestling, we got boxing. How's it kicking?
Uh, I mean, I use them quite regularly, doing bag work, sparring. Uh, not a, I guess I'd say I'm not a high kick guy, but I'm a big guy. I don't want to fall down.
Yeah, because there's not too many guys that are big that kick. At least until you get to the elite levels of MMA. I mean, usually you see heavyweight fights. The first guy that kicks is the first guy to get taken down,
Right.
and then he's on the bottom for the whole round. And man, you got 265 pounds on top of you. That's a big bang. Skylar said, "I love to see you all on the feet," and I think that's kind of what I'm getting at by talking. Like the more I talk to you, the more I sound like this is gonna be stand up, beat beat each other to death kind of fight because I don't think you're gonna really want to be on the ground if you don't have a lot of jiu-jitsu. Maybe like if you get tired because you can't ground and pound. So
Right.
you know what I mean? Like you're gonna want to keep it on the feet. And if you have good wrestling, I'm not sure that oh my god. I'm not sure Xavier can get it to the ground. I keep wanting to say Chewbacca instead of Xavier. So I'm trying to be respectful, Xavier. I'm just kidding. Like it was a joke, but now I have like every time I think of your name, I think of Chewbacca first. Like I nickname everybody, so I apologize. It's not meant to be insulting. It's really kind of a term of endearment, to be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watch your podcast. I know you do some funny stuff.
Yeah. So I know they're watching, so and I have to talk to them later, and they're gonna be all over my shit because me and Skylar already been into it. We were gonna
Oh
fight each other over the internet.
yeah. I sense that.
Yeah, I love that you've been watching the podcast and you've been commenting all along. Um, I like that we're building like a little community of um, like not even just fighters, but like camaraderie. Like all the local people are into this. You fighters that fight on K-4 are all into this, and K-4 is really turning into like an event that's exciting for the people. And
Yeah.
hopefully, me and Ray are playing a small part of that. But I
Well,
really
that's what it's
enjoy
about.
doing this podcast and having you on.
I appreciate you getting me on, man. I like watching it. I'm like, oh, it's Sunday. I missed the podcast. I jump on late. I'm like, hey,
And then you're always like, man, what's going on? Like that's awesome. So we enjoy having you as a fan, and like you're one of my top fans.
yeah,
So like every week it comes up on Caveman's Corner who the top fans are. We don't post it because it's kind of gay. We're not like
right.
trying to gamify the system, but I enjoy seeing that your name's up there. So I know that you've been watching the podcast and stuff. So we appreciate your support too. You and Scott Skylar watches them all too, and appreciate you too,
Yeah,
Skylar. You guys are
I
like
can.
fans that we love to have. What does it mean for you to fight in K4? I know like it's not your hometown. It's not really even that close to you. You're
We
driving
don't
into
have
another state to bang it out.
we don't have a hometown, buddy. We're small. Bunch of country boys around here. Farm town. We got churches, bars, and farms. That's about it here.
So you beat the
So
holy hell out of each other, huh?
that's right. So I mean, traveling to Buffalo or Rochester, we're probably looking to get on a full contact fight eventually. Um, we got to go out of town to do it. We train here in town. We have a small section they set off at the gym for us to mess around with upstairs. Not really like y'all's gyms. I know 765 guys probably got a pretty nice gym. You got a gym of your own.
Yeah. It's not that my gym's not that nice. It's little. It's like 1,000 square feet, so it's small. It's nice, but it's small. I got the double mat, so I got I put the 3-inch foam blocks down on, and then I put the plywood on top of it, and then I made the foam floor, and then put the mats down, so it's nice and soft when you get thrown on it. But it's not very big, and I don't have any bags, so like it's a small
Right.
gym, but we're growing, man, and
We
I'd
got
like to see if my mats can hold your 265-pound base getting tossed on it. So we'll
Yeah, I'd
see.
love to come out and check it out. We don't have mats on our floor. We actually have well, probably like most other gyms have rubber floor. If you're
Yeah.
dropping weight stuff, that real thin rubber padding. That's what we train on.
Man, you're a psycho. That's sounds like my old days, like when we were first coming up. We used to train like in the grass. We train wherever we could. We'd be training in like martial arts studios, and that's exactly what we'd be training on because that's what they'd have. Don't tell anyone. Sometimes we used to like break into studios to like train. Like we just like pick the lock and go in there and train and stuff. But those were the bad old days when we were not as good people as we are today. And to be fair, there were really no gyms around then. And I don't know. That's just what you need to do to train sometimes, and to make
Yeah,
it
we've
tough.
been we've been trying to set up like going up out of town. Reed's got a couple of different gyms that he is in contact with that are willing to help us, train. But I work full time and I'm a full time college student. So, and then we train in here, so it's kind of hard to get out of town.
Yeah. Your opponent's coach is giving you lots of props. He said that's where tough motherfuckers come from, the middle of nothing, and train with what you have. At least you're putting in the work. And
Right.
yeah, I'm excited for this fight. Keith had this one pegged out to me. He's like, watch, if this one happens, this one's gonna be pretty exciting, I think. So
I, I think it's
this
going to be a good fight.
yeah, I think he thinks this one's gonna have a lot of stand up too. And I'm excited to see like what happens when you guys really throw blows and
Little
see if you can
slugfest.
break the cage.
Yeah, I just got a new one, so we'll see if we can tear it down.
Yeah, so it made it through a whole show because you guys didn't make the show last time. So
Right.
that was
I
my
was
joke.
there.
Yeah.
I was in the VIP section watching.
Did you introduce yourself to me?
No, I didn't come down. I just stayed up top, but
Yeah,
I was
man, I
watching.
wish I would have met you then. That would have been cool. I met so many people that came up to me like, "Oh, hey, I know you from the podcast," and like I see the comments, but like your face in the comments isn't what you really look like. Now that I have you on the podcast, I won't forget what you look like. But
Right.
I didn't know if I talked to you or not. And then when I asked a question, like I didn't mean it to be disrespectful. Like I just talked to a lot of people, so it's hard to remember everybody.
Right. Yeah, I should have came down and introduced myself and had a little chat, but my wife's not very social and she's like, "No, you don't know them." I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah,
It was just me
but
and her.
you know each other. We hang out on a podcast all the time. Like
Right. I'm like, "This is the guy that we seen at the fight." She's not into all the fighting thing. She thinks I'm gonna
yeah.
get hurt. I'm like, I could get hurt at work. I work at a sawmill.
Hmm.
So I mean, I take risks every day.
What do you do with the sawmill?
Uh, we do tongue and groove red pine boards. I also build tiny homes for a living. We build them on location, and then a trailer comes and sucks them up and takes them to wherever.
So when you say tiny homes, I laugh because I thought about midgets. But I know like the tiny homes have become the economical. I love midgets. I can't help it. Those
Right.
homes are small and economical, and they're getting really popular. Is your business been picking up?
Oh yeah, we're nonstop building like back to back. We're only a small company. We got like 5 guys that work there. Um, 2 of us do the building. The other guys run the other stuff, but it's pretty busy. I mean, I just sent one out Thursday, just started another one Friday, and got 2 more in line to go.
How long does it take to construct first of all, was it like 400 square feet? Something
Yeah,
close to that?
well, they're a little under. Our biggest model is 500 square feet, and they got kitchens, bathrooms, wired, finished, everything. Um, about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. I'm a full-time machinist too, so I work in a machine shop. So it's not really the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing. Like blue collar, hands on, figuring out how things go together, fitting like everything together in a small place, and that stuff always fascinates me. So You have everything in house to build that, or do you order out?
We order out like our stamped frame and lumber, and um, we got models of kitchens that we buy to place in there. Some of the more custom ones, we do make cabinets and kitchens and all that, but that gets a little higher end. Most people are just like, well, I spent, 36,000 on this. Let's just go with a cheaper kitchen that looks nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you do some custom stuff, but mostly it's just like blanked out
Yeah, we have
areas that you've custom
like
filled
three
in.
different models.
That's so cool, dude. You give them to sponsor you, and we'll come in and we'll like. I'd love to like do a little video of, like you putting together a house and like, man, I'm so interested by that. I love that show on TV when they're building those little tiny houses,
Oh
and
yeah,
like I'm super into that shit, dude. That's so cool.
yeah. I thought it was pretty cool when I started. I was like, man, I just love doing that. And then it started taking off. Like we were building one. They were building one when I started there 3 years ago. It was like half done, and I got to jump on that, and I was like, this is pretty badass. I could do this all the time. And then it took off, and the guy that was ahead of me, he took a different job, and I bumped up to, you know, lead guy. So I was like, yep, I'll do that.
Tom Kilkenny jumped on. He's the commissioner for Gamma. He's a guy that oversees the shows that you guys are. I'm sure you saw him all around. Um,
Yeah.
this is Pat. He's gonna be fighting on the card. He's gonna be fighting one of the 7-6 5 guys. Chewbacca. I mean Xavier Cardis. And I'm this fight is gonna be in the center, and we're just talking about, man, like he builds little people homes, tiny homes. I'm just kidding, not little people homes. And I was fascinated when I saw it. I was like, so what do people buy? Like just a little plot of land and they just put that there and they live there,
Yeah.
or how's that?
We have another guy that he's a friend of my boss's. He has six of them, and he has an Airbnb. And, you know, back in the country, um, I don't know if you ever heard of Cherry Springs, Pennsylvania, but they got the darkest skies in the northern hemisphere. So a lot of people travel from all over the world to come here just to look at the stars. So those things are booked out for months year round, and six of them that we built.
Dude, that is so cool. You know, Elon Musk lives in a house like that too, except his is like prefabbed out of like steel and everything. But you know, his
Right.
costs like I think his costs like $88,000 or something. But his is like definitely rich people stuff. I like that. It's so cool that you do that, and I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
Look at you. You look like a biker. You look like you like break legs for a living. No offense. That's why I asked you that question. I was going to say that right off the jump, so I wanted to make sure you didn't really do that before I asked that question. So for the podcast, I always ask these guys, "Are you're not like a murderer or nothing, right?" And
Never broke any legs, but I did knock some teeth out.
yeah, hopefully knock some more teeth out this weekend or next weekend.
Next.
Big big doings at tiny home. Yeah, they're so huge now. Everyone's into them. He was just saying how they're so busy now. They have such a rise in demand that he's been working a lot. So that's super cool to know that. And like it's super cool that you're the lead guy in that too. So it definitely shows that you're not just a big knucklehead, even though you kind of like you look
I
like a
used
big
to be.
knucklehead.
I used
But
to be.
yeah, but like dude, like you're educated, you're skilled labor, like you understand what's going on. So I'm sure that's going to translate into your fighting as well.
Right. That's what I say. A little inside joke me and Reed got is it doesn't matter who I fight, they don't want it as bad as I do.
Yeah, that's true, dude. And man, that can make or break a fight too. And like, the first round goes to the person with more skill. Second round goes to the person with better conditioning, and the third round goes to the person that wants it more. And
Right.
like, that's one of the truest statements I've ever seen. Unless it's a 5 round fight, then I'm not really sure how that breaks down. Usually, then the first round and a half is skill, I guess.
Right.
It's all about conditioning. Yeah, it is about conditioning, and hopefully we're how I didn't really ask you, but I know you've been in camp for 6 months or 4 months. I mean, so since June, so June 6th, is 10, so about 4 months long. I can't imagine that your cardio would not be that great, even though you're a big guy.
I mean, it's better than it was. I quit smoking cigarettes 2 years ago.
Uh,
I still smoke vapes, but I breathe better. Like at work, I would walk down to the mill. It's literally 1,000 yards down through the woods, and I'd be out of breath. I'd have to take a little break. Now I can run down and back, and I'm good to go.
oh, we got Reed jumping in, I think.
Yep, that's Reed, my coach.
Yeah, there he is. Hey, Coach Reed, how's it going?
Hello. Hey, I made it on with the great Joe Rogan. No, I'm just kidding, man. How we doing?
Man, I don't know if I like you anymore. Good to see you, man. I'm doing good. We were just talking about how Pat builds tiny houses, and I thought that was like super amazing. And then
Yeah. The guy's a super hard worker. He's trying to take over the world. I know he's going to school, getting a degree, builds tiny houses. Took up MMA at almost, I don't know what, 75 years old. How old are you, Pat? 76?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, yeah. Hard worker.
Yeah. We were talking about your training and stuff. Now we're talking about training the old school way. You guys got the little tiny rubber mats there. How would you say Pat's jiu-jitsu is?
Pat is excellent for the amount of time he's put in, the progression he's had with grappling. I would say is excellent for the amount of time that he's put into this. He excels very quickly at it. And
hang on 1 second, real quick. I don't mean to cut you off. Hey, Tom, I'm gonna have the 765 guys on tonight at 9. So if you can pop back in, I'll make fun of Skylar for you. I just want to say that Tom Pircani is the commissioner for Gamma, so like he runs the whole show. And
okay.
He likes let me and Skylar talk shit to each other, and then we made up. He's the one actually like convinced me that I should be nice to Skylar.
Yeah, there's a fight I've been following. I think is he fighting Josh Reichart?
Yeah, he's fighting Reichart. Yeah, he's fighting Reichart.
On the same card?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'm excited for that one. I've been following their beef they got going on. It's interesting. Some of the stuff had me cracking up, dude.
Yeah, those 765 guys, man, they talk a lot of shit except for Xavier. You guys are fighting the only guy that doesn't talk shit, and that's okay.
Respect to him, man.
Xavier a little bit more. Are you worried about getting an armbar? I mean, he has so much body hair. There's got to be like so much friction. Are you worried about like his arm or leg maybe getting stuck because it's almost like going against a guy with a gi on?
Yeah. That's funny. No, I'm not worried about it. Pat's ready for it. Pat's ready for the grappling aspect of it if it goes there. And we've been training for a hard fight. And we took it very seriously, not to just underestimate these guys. Pat's ready for a brawl, a stand-up brawl. Pat's ready for it to go to the ground. I mean, they're both heavy guys, you know what I mean? Heavyweight fights are exciting like that, so we didn't want to brush over any aspects of the fight.
Yeah, I was telling him we were training since like June because we were on the August fight, but so we got a camp.
And that's a good point. We've just been ready to get in there for so long now. I mean, all of my fight camps that I've had were 8 weeks. This one's going on. What we're at like 16 weeks for this one, and maybe only a week off the whole time. And not even, when I say off, I don't mean off, but just like when we found out the last fight got rescheduled, we had like 4 or 5 days, but other than that, we've been at it. Pat's been at it. So he's really dialed in for this one.
Yeah. So I shot this invite out to Pat. I wasn't like trying to steal one of your students or anything. I invited him to come out and train anytime he wants. Anytime you guys are in town. I got a guy about 240, Adam. He's just a grappler, but like it's someone bigger for him to work with. Like Pat doesn't really have a lot of big guys. I don't have a lot of big guys for my guy to work around with. Ray's another big guy. So Ray does a podcast with me. Ray's another big guy that you can come and
Yeah,
get
I
some
know
work.
Ray.
He's only like 220, 230. He's not really as big as Adam, but he's another big guy too. So like anytime, you guys are always welcome to come up and get some work in with integrity, as long as you're fighting for K4. I
Absolutely,
open up
man.
to everyone that's in K4. So
Yeah.
like that invite is to you as well, like not just him. So if you're looking
Yeah, I
for something to
appreciate
do while you're
that.
in town,
That's one of the greatest things that I've taken advantage of, because me and Pat are from a small area, a small town counter sport. No one's heard of it. So during all my past fight camps, I mean, me and my wife would travel out to Rochester. I used to train in Olean, which is an hour away. Rochester is about 220 from me. And go to the different martial arts gyms just to get that experience. So yeah, I appreciate the offer, man.
yeah, I'm about an hour closer than that. So you guys are
Yeah.
always welcome. Sunday,
Where are you located?
I'm in North Tonawanda. So
Oh, okay. It's on the way to Buffalo, right?
yeah, coming from you, it's a little bit past Buffalo.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
go just
Yeah, because you're coming from down south, so we're a little bit above Buffalo, but not much. We're like, so you know where Riverworks is? We're about I'm about 12 minutes from Riverworks.
I actually don't know what Riverworks is.
That's
The
not too
GPS
bad.
is going to get me
Yeah,
there on that.
no, he was there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
went up to the falls. That's like 20, 30 minutes out of it.
Yeah, I'm
from-
halfway.
Okay.
I'm halfway between the falls, Niagara Falls, and the Riverworks. So like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not that
my
far
wife
away.
and I have been to the falls, so yep.
Do you guys' wives like each other?
Yeah.
Sarah, do you like Pat's wife?
She's okay.
She said she's okay. I hope Katie's not watching this, man.
No, but it's on the internet now.
Yeah, it's on the
It's
internet.
on the internet now.
She helped maybe a form while our kids wrestled. So
Yeah, when Pat and I don't know if you mentioned this to Caveman, but Pat and I last year coached the elementary youth wrestling team together. So my wife Sarah, she said that Katie held our daughter Olivia for her while we coached the kids. So
That's awesome.
that's
So like,
a positive thing, right?
Yeah.
that's a good thing, because that coach student bond is really important. And that was just a joke that I was trying to set up that line, and then it got serious, and then it turned back into a joke. Thank God it was not. No, we hate each other, because that'd be
Nah,
tough.
we don't fist fight after the fight.
Right. Yeah, good thing we didn't discover some hidden beef we didn't know about.
Yeah. But like I think that's cool, because you guys spend a lot of time together. Your wives can hang out together too. Like it's always good stuff, man. Like the small gyms, like you can really be close with your coach, and like it makes family type bonds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the area we're from, I mean, just the fact that we're here, the fact that I've been in the octagon, Pat's getting in there, just that if you knew the opportunity that we had, that would speak for itself. I mean, the dedication it takes, we don't have that opportunity here. There's not even one gym other than the one we train at within an hour of us, and we're making it happen. Pat's one of my most dedicated guys, and it's just something I wanted to bring to the area. You know what I mean? For kids and adults, because I've only been doing this for about 4 years, and martial arts changed my life. And I think it's positive. It's great. You know what I mean? A lot of people think of it as barbaric, but what it brings to the town is great, and I have a good vision for it. I hope some kids can get in there in their off time when they don't have extracurriculars from school, or even so, just something for them to do in this area, so they're not getting in trouble, or I don't know.
I agree. I own a gym. I agree with you 100%. So like I'm all down with everything you just said. And anyone that watches this podcast or is gonna watch this podcast, they're not worried about the gym being barbaric, because they're barbarians themselves usually. So
1 second, guys. I gotta find my phone charger so I don't get cut off this for you. I'll be right back. You continue
All right.
on.
Man, in and out. I'm just going to close this box, and then when he comes back, we'll jump him back in there. Man, that's cool. I like that your guys' wives hang out. I didn't even think about that part of it. That's another
they
cool little
actually-
dynamic you guys got.
They actually met, at the youth wrestling tournaments. We travel a little bit out of town, hour away, hour and a half away for our kids to wrestle. And, that's how they met. They were just chit chatting. And then actually I've known Reed for for many years, but that's how we kind of got in. He's like, yeah, man, I trained at MMA. I got a fight. He had one in May for full contact, and I actually got out there. I got to hold his banner while he walked down. He had a
That's
banner
cool.
made. I held that, walked down with him, got in the ring. I was like, man, I'm coming in here. I will be in this ring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember that moment when you're like, man, I'm doing this. And with that being said, you were you were training with us, and the striking coach I brought in at the time too. Let me figure this phone out. So Pat also got some good work in with the Olympic level boxer. He was a 2-time Golden Gloves champ as well. Den Prax, let's give him a shout out on the podcast real quick. He's a solid guy, man. The guy's a great boxer.
Yeah, he's long. He's like 6'5",
Yeah,
probably
dude,
200 pounds, just
yeah,
long and fast.
Yeah. Hopefully he
How much,
sees this communique. Still appreciate that.
How much do you love MMA? Are you looking to only fight MMA, or are you looking to expand into boxing, into kickboxing? Like, what are you looking for?
My plan is. Are you asking Pat or me?
I'm asking Pat. Yeah, Pat.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back to you.
I'll probably just stay MMA. I haven't really seen a lot of heavyweight kickboxing, on the cards. I've been to full contact. They were all smaller guys.
That's a good point.
All the kickboxing fights at the last fight there in August, they were all lighter guys.
Dude's a beast too. Look at him. Look how big he is. You know what I mean? That the MMA gives him a chance to use that to his advantage. Trust me, I'm 185 pounds. I need to cut down to 170 for my next one. And when I have to grapple with this man, you try getting slammed on the ground by this guy.
And he says, I ain't got no neck, so he ain't ever get a chokehold in.
That's another thing. I always try to, man, I'll get in position and try to slip in something. And he got no neck. It's all muscle. All his shoulders is in the way.
That's what happens, dude. Those big guys are really hard to choke. That's why you gotta get them in a gi, so you get that lapel under their neck and
right.
Them up.
Yeah, next time you see him in person, try to get him in a guillotine. No, I'm just kidding. Don't try.
I'm currently injured, but
Yeah,
when my bicep is better, I'll guillotine the shit out of you, dude. I'm black bag in my neck.
Oh, I didn't even notice that until you just showed me. Yeah.
Yeah, I promise that. How much jiu-jitsu do you have? Pat said Pat wasn't really sure how much jiu-jitsu you had, so I guess I can just ask you yourself.
So I trained at AKT Combatants Academy for jiu-jitsu. It's only in New York. Their belt system is different than BJJ system. So I have 3 strikes on the beginner belt there. But with that being said, I didn't continue my training there because how do I word this without I don't want to say it the wrong way. They wanted to. They don't like cage fighting. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to do. They're more formal about it. They do combat sport jiu-jitsu tournaments, but the reason I left there was because I wanted to pursue my MMA career and get inside the cage, and that wasn't something that they were willing to back me on as far as being in my corner. So, but anyways, to answer your question, I trained there for 2 years.
Nice. So 2-year training. That's enough to get all the basics out of the way. We can understand that we're looking for to avoid guillotines and triangles and arm bars from guard and stacking.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is it's the guy Barry Broughton. He's a master. He made his own martial arts system, and I have the handbook in there. It includes a lot of things like Krav Maga, Taekwondo, Russian Sambo, like all sorts of stuff into it. So there's a lot of great aspects from all sorts of different martial arts that they incorporate into a base there that you get ranked on through those system of belts.
So like real life Taekwondo.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was an army medic originally, and then when he got out, he pursued that career. He's actually got a couple novels on Amazon. Some of them are #1 sellers. I can't remember the name of the last one, but you should check them out. They're very informative. Barry's a very smart guy.
What was his name?
Barry Broughton.
Barry Broughton. Okay.
Yep.
When I go back and repost this, I'll listen to that and I'll look it up on Amazon. Oh, I forgot to get this out of the way. K-4 Fighting is going to be October 28th. It's called Supernatural. You can go online and get the tickets right now. If you put in Tome for the last name, maybe you're watching this podcast because most people, you're probably not bringing too many people down. But if you go to summary and you put in Tome for your promo code, Pat will get a piece of the ticket sales. So make sure you guys do that and help Pat out. I'm sure every little bit helps. So it won't. You're still gonna have to make little people houses, but
Yeah.
help with some of your
It's
training.
all for the ticket sales, or I'm gonna delete your YouTube account. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. So they do a really good job with that. You just have to make sure, like, it's difficult. So I talked to Keith about this actually, and this is one of the questions I have for him. And I was like, why is it so hard for the fighters to get their promo code? Like, it almost feels like some of the fighters feel like, like that's not cool. But he doesn't do the ticket sales. So he runs another vendor, and it's actually a pain in the butt for him to even have them do that for him. So like he went out of the way to make sure that the way he does the tickets that the fighters can get something out of it. And I know like it's not going to seem like that to the fighters, and like it seems like kind of like whatever. And like if it was like that, I either number one, if I was looking out for Keith, I wouldn't have brought it up at all. And number two, if I was just being me like I normally am, I would just come out and say the truth. I'd be like, they don't give a shit about you guys, But like, because
Sure.
it's funny. Like it actually helps me with the podcast to say stuff like that. But that's not
That's
the truth.
interesting. Yeah, I appreciate that anyways from Keith, because when I fought for Full Contact, no disrespect, gave me a lot of opportunity. I like fighting for them. I like the venue. I like the way they run things. I like ISKA. There are a lot of great guys. But I had never been offered a piece of the ticket sales or even any sort of commission at all for anything. So I think that's really cool that Pat has this opportunity there. When he told me about that I had never heard of that. In amateurs, anyways.
That's cool. Usually, so like I fought when I fought pro, like you always got a piece of ticket sales too. That was like part of your contract, and then you negotiate how much you got. Like if you sell more tickets, you get more of a percentage usually. And then, oh man, you can't go that way. Now you're upside down.
Now you're sad.
No,
oh man, now he broke his phone. But anyways, it's shit, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, usually if you sell more tickets, you get ticket sales, and a lot of times you gotta sell like if you sell this many tickets, we'll give you 10%. But Keith is up front, and if you sell one ticket, you get your ticket money. So a lot of places don't do that because it's a lot of work for the promoter to do that, and like most of the people don't care about the fighters, but he is a fighter and he fought himself, so he understands and he tries. He does the best that he can. I mean, obviously he could spend some money and do the ticket sales himself, and be out $1,000 just to do that. But he's not. He doesn't love you guys that much. But
Right.
I like give you $1,000 to spend more of his own money. But he does his best for the fighters, and every card he takes care of the fighters a little bit better. He takes care of us a little bit better. Like I respect the man a lot. So I just wanted to say that real quick. And I asked him. He came into my gym the other day, so I asked him about the ticket stuff, and that was really cool. Also, there will be a pay-per-view, so your family and friends at home can watch it too. It's going to be on Boxing BX on that BXNG pay-per-view. You just sign up, and then you can watch the pay-per-view. I think it's $30. I'm not sure. It might be 20 or $30.
I'll need that link. I got some people that can't make the fight, but they definitely wanted to go. I know on the last one, I did sell some tickets. I don't know. I didn't know about the name thing, but I mean, they didn't end up going anyway, or they sold them to somebody else to go because I wasn't fighting. But yeah, I wanted to check on that because I got a few people that want to go for me. So I told them go ahead and put my name in the promotion, and see what happens. If I don't get it, I don't get it. I didn't plan on getting it when I started. I said I got to get my 3 fights out of the way, go pro, and then I get money.
Yeah, for sure. And that's one way to make money too. So like, here's the thing, like if you can, it's tough for you because you're not local, but if you can get like on local cards and you can sell tickets and sell more tickets and sell more tickets, like you can make a decent amount of money. So do you know Pat Mix?
No,
So Pat
I
Mix
think I've
fights in
seen him on here.
Bellator now. He's a Bellator champ, 135 pounder. He came out of our area. Like I was in the
I
same
think
gym
I've
as
seen him
him.
on your Facebook a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I've done a couple podcasts with him too. And he used to make an exorbitant amount of money just from selling tickets. Like he would sell sometimes 1,000 tickets, sometimes more. And you know, you can make pretty good money selling tickets as long as you keep winning and you show up and people like you. And dude, you have the look. You look
Right.
like a fighter, dude. Like you look like the fighter that everybody loves. Like you sit back and like people are drinking a beer and they look at your face and they're like, man, I want to see that guy fight. Like that's looking at you. As soon as I saw you, I was like, man, this is gonna be a cool looking podcast because you looked the part, dude. And
Right on. Thanks, man.
yeah, and if you're the part in the cage, dude, like the sky's the limit for you. And then we can build you up through K-4 and like wherever else you want to fight too, man. And like I said, you guys are always welcome to come out to the gym too. And you know, I was a professional kickboxer, I was a professional MMA fighter, and a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I help you guys out as much as I can too.
Yeah, appreciate that offer. That's what's nice about the whole fighting community and everything. I mean, everybody will extend their gym or their offer. You know, come spar with my guys if you need a little extra training. It's
Yeah, so look out for that invite. So come spar with my guys means I need some guys for my guys to spar with, and
right.
we think you're safe enough for our guys to beat you up. So come on in. That's not always the best offer. So if they're saying that, they might be looking just to get some rounds for their guys, and they might not really have your best interest at heart. When I say it, I want you guys to do better. Like I'm not looking for you guys to like get round like crazy rounds in or anything like that. And I'm up front. I want you to come in and help my guy. You know, so
Right.
I think that's cool. You just got to be careful. Some guys when they say they invite you, come up and spar, they just want to watch you get beat up. So
Right. Just throw you to the wolves.
yeah, be careful with that invite so much. I was just telling Pat, he's like, "Oh man, the community's great. Everyone like invites you to do stuff. They're like, oh, come train by my gym when you're in town. I got a guy for you to spar with." I was like, "Be careful with that one."
Yeah, I've learned that the hard way as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, "Oh, my guy needs work, and no one else is dumb enough to do rounds with him. So I need you to come in and get pieced up a little bit." Oh yeah, and wait, you can't do this technique. You can't do this technique.
Oh
My guy
yeah.
needs to stay healthy. Like, yeah, that's a real thing. So so be
Yeah.
wary of that sometimes, especially you because you're a bigger
Another
guy.
thing I run into is you get sparring partners that have fights coming up soon, so they're like, "Oh, take it easy on me," and then they kind of use you as a practice dummy to get sharpen their skills and land some hits before their fight. And you're like, you don't want to hurt them because their fight's coming up. You know what I mean? I've ran into that as well.
Yeah, put you in a really bad spot as a fighter.
Yeah.
I as by the time I turned pro, I already know that. I like experienced it firsthand a lot of terrible times. So like I always like I'm very careful with who I spar with because you don't know, like when when other pros come and offer you to spar, like be wary, especially like you get some guy that's got like 25 pro fights. He's a heavyweight. He's looking to tune up. He's like, come on in. And like,
Right.
there's levels, man. So just always know what level you're on and what level the guy you're gonna spar with is on, and just be careful, because there's a lot of evolutions that happen from when you first start to the time you're fighting pro, and you're gonna go through all of them. Like you have that look, dude, and I think you're gonna come out and be great, but just make sure you don't get really hurt along the way because some people will really hurt you and they won't care.
Right.
And like, here's the other thing. Like, hopefully, Scholar's watching too. Like, it doesn't matter how tough you are when you can't hit the guy, and you can't do damage back to them. They can have liberties with you, and you don't know until you fight someone at that level. Like to me, that's when I fought Caveman. Like he fought for glory. I was like, I'm tougher than anyone. I don't care. I'll fight him.
Right.
And I couldn't really touch him. I was able to walk through a lot of his stuff, but I got fucked up, man. Like 5 rounds of getting my ass kicked. And ever since then, I learned I have to be good. I can't just be tough. And
Right.
like until you have that happen to you, you don't know. And I don't
Yep,
want
that
that.
could not be
want-
better said. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, I want to explain it to people instead of them experiencing. But you won't listen. You're just gonna do it anyways. I know because you're a big rock
right.
guy. Try too.
I'm just
But
You know,
I know.
it's funny you bring it up. We say that to him and watch. He'll go like 8-0, all knockouts, never have to learn that, walking around. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be just my luck trying to like give him some wisdom and it don't happen. But hey, whatever. At that point.
You could be like 26-0 as an amateur, and you go up against a pro at like 30 fights, and it's a lot different story. Like
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about amateur guys. Like if they're not a pro, like this probably not going to happen to you. You're a big tough guy, right? But there's levels to this game, and that pro level, there are some very elite guys at that level, and there's some elite guys in Pittsburgh at that level. So like, just be careful. Like when you start to make a name for yourself, you're gonna get invites because you're a big guy. Like,
Oh yeah.
like everyone, like little guys like 25, 35, women, and heavyweights all have the same problem. And this is something that is pretty exclusive to you that like we're not going to really run into because there's 10,000 people our body size, but you're a big guy. You're a real full size heavyweight. So it's something that you might run into, man. So just be a little bit careful.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah. So, Pat, I got a question for you while we're on here. I'm going to put you in the spotlight. Are we fighting in December or what?
Yeah, we're getting on that card.
Yeah.
We might as well schedule it out.
Is this a you talk to the wife thing, yes? Or you're just telling me yes and you still got to talk to the wife?
Oh, no, I told her that I'll probably be on the December card. She rolled her eyes at me. But
Is that December 9th?
yeah.
No. Yeah.
Well, because I got some other people that want to go to the fight and things come up, they can't make it. This one, I said, you know what? I'm probably going to jump on the December card anyways, so go ahead and catch that one.
Okay.
And also don't forget, there's the pay-per-view BXNG. I'll post the link. I'll look for the link right now, but
yeah, I'll need the link. If you send it to me private message, I'll send it to my people so that they know.
This one's on the K-4 cards are on pay-per-view?
Heck yeah, the last one was, this one is too. And you'll get
Okay.
my commentating it as well. So you'll hear me talking. That's what we do there.
Who's the other guy that commentated with you? I know Ray did, and
me, Ray, and Ben Field. Ben's this weird out there stoner guy, but he is fucking good at calling fights. Like he is so good.
That's funny. I'm a weird stoner guy too.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it. I left that to you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry to make cut you off.
I already said it. You know, I got a medical marijuana card in Pennsylvania. I smoke weed every day, all day.
It's legal recreationally in New York, so you're good.
Right.
We're good here. You can come in and get something from a dispensary.
Right on.
Yeah. I gave it up after my first fight because I realized I wanted to take it seriously, and I figured just it's not helping my cardio, right? You know what I mean? And I was willing to, I'm 25 now. I think I was 23 back then. It's like time to grow up, but to each their own.
For sure. And Ben definitely likes his own.
I like mine and somebody else's. I don't care.
Yeah.
So
Ben, you should see. I'll talk to Ben. I'll try and give him to hook you up after the fight. He usually comes with a bunch of stuff, and I'll see if I can get him to hook you up. He likes to. I don't smoke, so I don't really do drugs, because I'm boring. But Ben would be more than happy to share with you. I'm sure he always tries to get me to smoke up with him when he comes in. So you can have one in honor of me.
That's this guy right here.
Yeah.
He's like, what I got today? I'm like, dude, I quit.
Cedric too, man. Cedric, like everywhere he goes, he smells like weed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah, I was watching the fight from the balcony.
Ow!
Hello, how are you?
You see Pat up there? And Caveman? Wait, Pat, Caveman.
I'm Caveman.
This
It's
is
nice to
my
meet
beautiful
you.
daughter, Olivia.
Hello, Olivia. You're beautiful.
Blow kisses before mommy takes you. Oh, good girl. You get fists? You put your guard up?
You did it. That's awesome. You got a big tough guy to blow you a kiss. Give it a
on the internet.
All right. Thanks,
Bye.
man.
Say bye-bye. Bye.
She's adorable. She
Yeah.
even come to a couple of my training sessions.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's true. She has been in there playing with the medicine balls. Yep.
Great. Well, I
That
hope to see
changes
you
it,
guys
man.
at the fight. Do you have anyone to any sponsors to plug or anyone to thank while we're here? Well, I'll start with you, Pat, since you're the fighter.
I got my buddy Tattoo Paulie. I'm having some shirts made from a lady downtown here, Mama Made. It's like a little boutique thing. She's making some shirts for me. So I'll have those on the shirts for my sponsors. Ain't nobody paying me, but I said I'll advertise your name. My tattoo guy hooks me up with some pretty sick pieces. You'll see the one on my stomach at the fight I just got
Heck yeah.
a couple months ago. So
And
I'm trying to get
anyone
my boss. I'm trying to get him to give me his logo. I'll throw that on there.
heck yeah, dude. I'm gonna if you do that, I can make a midget joke, so that'd be awesome if you have it on your shirt when you walk out.
Nice.
If not, I'm gonna have to say that I know that you work making little houses, so I have to do it like cool. But if you come out with the little houses, I was like, are those for midgets or what? I can't spend, and then it'll be funny. So we'll see how it comes out. Either way, that's a cool thing. And thank you for jumping on the podcast, man. Thank you even more for being a huge fan. I appreciate that a lot.
Let me
You got
write
anyone to thank,
me
Mr.
write
Coach
some
B?
off real quick. Shout out Powerhouse, Gym Counter Sport. Shout out Subway of Counter Sport, Out of the Box Food, Lions Den Boxing, Patriot Outdoor Outfitters, Kitelinger Motors for all the support that you gave us during this past months we had of preparing for this fight. And I'm gonna hop off here, man. Thank you so much for having me on here, Pat. Good shit. It's cool to see you on the podcast doing it. And see you guys soon in the cage.
Thanks, buddy. I'll see you in the gym.
All right, just down to the two of us. I got to thank JCR Transport. Thank you so much, Ed Rogers, for your support for the podcast. We appreciate you. We're also brought to you by OnlyFans, Just the Calves. If you need to see some male calf muscles, go to OnlyFans, Just the Calves. Hook my dude Jared up. And
oh, nice. I got some pretty sick calves too.
oh man, we're gonna get some pictures and it's gonna go to Jared's OnlyFans. That's not really his OnlyFans. I don't really actually know. He does have one. He gave me the right one, but that's not it. He gave me the wrong information when I first did that one. So he's one of my students too, and he's got the most giantest calves of all time. He's another big guy, dude. He is like, I don't know how big he is. He's like 230, maybe 220 maybe. But he is fast. He's just a little bit round. He's getting in really good shape now. By the time you come back, he might not even be that big anymore. So you should probably get some rolls in while you're in town.
Right. Yeah. I mean, when I started going to the gym back in March. I mean, I was well over 300, so I've definitely cut back.
Hell yeah. All right, man. It's great to have you on the podcast. Hopefully we see you later when I got Skylar and his boys on. Xavier's supposed to be on, and Skylar says he's going to get him to talk some shit. So we'll see. I'm going to ask him about Harry armbars too, for sure.
All right, buddy.
All right. Thank you so much. And
Thanks,
thank you,
Kevin.
Integrity Martial Arts, one last sponsor for the podcast. And we will see you guys back later tonight. And I'm going to try and get some of the WNY guys on tonight too. All right.
I'll be on, buddy. Thanks.